Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. Today we have an extra special epic play 3-player rumble for you. We've got myself, Conor and Quinn seeing who is the best with 300 points worth of ships. Speaking of Conor and Quinn, today I am in fact joined by the both of them, so welcome along to the channel, guys.
Hello.
Hi, good to have you on board. Obviously, it's going to be really nice to go through this game together that we painstakingly went through. It was a long one the other night, but a good fun game. So looking forward to going through this. So just a quick introduction to the way we decided to play this. So it's 3-player, 300-point epic rules. So we do have wing cards in there. We couldn't quite figure out how we were going to do the points properly, so we went with a really convoluted way of doing it. If you score half points on a ship, you score those points. If you score the full points, you get all of them. And if you get half and then someone else snipes your kill, I'm looking at you, Conor, then they get the other half of the points. So the points are obviously by each person's name, so we'll hopefully try and keep track of those as best as possible. But let's crack on and talk about the lists. So we have some interesting lists there. Quinn, did you want to go through your list? Because I think yours is probably one of the most intricate on the board.
Yes, I mean, I'm using the new dynamic of multi-faction lists. I can't remember the exact term they use for them, but basically I've used the epic command card for Scum called In It for the Money, which means I can put Scum in a rebel list. So we'll start out with the rebel portion. So 10 Numb in the B-Wing with his epic title card of B6 B-Wing prototypes, where he gets the gunner slot and the special attack. With synced laser cannon, electronic baffle, and stabilized S-foils because it's a B-Wing. And then we've got Ezra in the attack shuttle with Sabine, because I'm planning on doing some bomb shenanigans. Zeb in the TIE fighter with electronic baffle. I plan some shenanigans with him as well. And then speaking of bombs, we've got the Grey Squadron Bomber Y-Wing with the Electro-Proton Bomb, which I've not seen used very often and I think is hilarious. And then we go on to the Scum portion, which is Captain Nim with Skilled Bombardier, Thermal Detonators, Seismic Charges, Havoc the title card, In It for the Money the epic card, and Genius the bomb-happy Astro. And then in one of the new Hawk pilots, Gamut Key with a shield upgrade, and of course Moldy Crow. And I think I have a confession to make. He should have In It for the Money as well, which would bring my list to 303 points. So, oops.
Ooh, cheating from the get-go there, Quinn. Not only have you got a really fancy list with lots of gimmicks, you cheated. Oh, not happy about that. Well,
knowing how it goes, I think we should let him off.
Okay. Well, no spoilers, remember. We're a spoiler-free channel here.
Yep.
So, I'll go through my list. We'll save yours for last, Conor, because yours is a good one. So what we've got on my side is a Republic list with Rick Olay, with the Veteran Wing Leader and Advanced Proton Torpedoes, supported by Padme Amidala and the Bravo Flight Officer, both with Advanced Proton Torpedoes. I think we can kind of see what they're wanting to do. We also have Shakti with the R4 Astromech and the Jedi Commander wing card, supported by 2 Blue Squadron Protectors with cluster missiles and 2 Gold Squadron Troopers with absolutely nothing on them because I didn't really have many points left by this point. So 2 nice little wings there to see how it goes. Conor, do you want to explain what you brought to the table?
Yeah, I've got the big boy. I've got a single wing. Everything's in one wing. The wing leader is Darth Vader, the Defender, the new card. Yet to see one in person. He's using the new Skystrike Academy wing tool, wing tool, to take the 5 ties with him. He's also got Hate, Tractor Beam, the Thread Tracers, and the Defender Elite title, the new Defender title. So hopefully getting some double shots in there. His wingmates are Howlrunner with Ruthless and a hull upgrade, Iden Versio with Ruthless, Wampa, and 2 Academy pilots.
Nice. So a very thematic, solid wing there.
Bringing me to 294 as well, so a bit of a bid.
Oh, so a bit of a bid there, and you probably had a few more tools to play with. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that works. Vader, there's obviously been a lot of chatter about Vader as to, is he worth the points? Is he too good? Well, we're just going to have to see.
I mean, in this epic environment, I think he's worth a lot more, as he's not taking up over half of your points in a list.
And also, I think with the wing cards, especially the Skystrike Academy card, the survivability you get from those wing cards is ridiculous. So
that is his weak point, isn't it? So having a card that goes, oh, I'm just going to chuck some damage over here, chuck some damage over there.
Yeah. It's very powerful card. And again, you can only use them in epic play, but they're not that expensive either. I mean, Veteran Wing Leader is just 2 points on Rick Olay. The Jedi Commander is only 3 points. So they're not particularly expensive.
No.
So does that mean my epic cards in it for the money are the most expensive on the board at 5 points?
Yeah, I think Skystrike is 3.
Yes, you would have the most expensive cards on the board there.
But do I get the most or least utility from them? Because they massively give me like more choice, but then they don't give me shenanigans like you two get of, I don't want to take that damage anymore, so someone else can have it.
I suppose adding the utility of like essentially a whole other faction's worth of ships that you could actually pull from, it's a tough one. You lose the survivability you might have with a regular wing card, but then you can access some crazy ships like you've got the Skirk there, or you could have Star Vipers, or you could have Fen Rao with you.
I'm sure there's some really broken combos out there that are just waiting for people to figure out, oh, if I mix Scum and this, then I can do X, Y, Z, you know? I'm sure there's some real broken combos.
Might be better for that by mixing Scum and Empire, because Empire is already pretty like scummy on its own. So I feel like adding Scum to them would be unpleasant, to say the least.
I am really looking forward to flying OG Vader and Boba Fett.
Favoritism.
Yeah, going all Empire Strikes Back on us, that would be quite cool. I would feel the need to be flying Luke in an X-Wing and Han in a Falcon for that, so it kind of covers A New Hope as well.
Yeah, nice.
That would be quite cool. So, as we can see, we've got the first little bit of movement there. Vader just about to move.
Yeah, so Vader being initiative 6, the whole wing moves last, so all of my ships are moving last.
And that's obviously going to put you in a very advantageous position of knowing where everyone else is.
Yeah.
Also, with the way the wing tools work on TTS, it's great because you use one dial, then you click the button and the whole wing forms up, and it just looks hilarious, especially your pink Academy tie there, which essentially just spun on the spot. So it is pretty cool to see, but it looks like you've got a direction you want to head in, Connor. You've got an idea of what you want to do straight away.
Yes, you've obviously split up there, so you've got one wing looking to come down and get me. Your other wing of N1's looking to go hit some of those Scum ships up there. But I can't split my forces, so I've had to choose left or right. I chose right.
Yeah.
I think it came down to a 50-50 in the end. I don't think I actually made any decision in that.
I mean, if you'd gone left, you would have hit that asteroid, so it's probably better that you went right.
Yeah, that is true, actually. That would have put you on the asteroid there. That's our first bit of shooting. And looks like that was the 10 Numb shooting at the TIE fighters.
Yeah, something we realised like after setup is that the B-Wing's title card is useless against wing leaders because the wing cards allow you to cancel results. And the special attack is for uncancelled results. So unless you attack the non-wing leader, you don't get any extra damage. So that kind of not the best idea for me to send him out on his own.
Yeah, and plus that plethora of evade tokens that Conor had there was going to kind of just get in the way there a little bit for you. So you didn't really have to. It's going to be tough to get through that.
Yes, it's going to be tough to get through.
Remind me of your shenanigan that you're trying to pull off up there, Quinn, with trying to damage yourself.
With Zeb?
Yeah.
So, in order for my bomb shenanigans to work, I need everyone to be friendly to each other, because Sabine is for a friendly bomb, and the Skurg, or Captain Nim, is for a friendly bomb.
Right, so at this stage, your Scum ships are not friendly.
No, they are allied, so it's like I'm flying 2 lists at the moment. So, to make them friendly, you have an allied ship has to die, basically. So I got the cheapest allied ship I could, which was Zeb, stuck electronic baffle on him, and I'm planning to blow him up so that I can do bomb shenanigans with my Electro-Proton Bomb. So, because the plan is, plant the Electron-Proton Bomb, then have Captain Nim keep it in play for as long as I want, and then I can set it off at the opportune moment. Oh, so Sabine will then, of course, just hand out loads of tokens to anyone that gets in the way. So that's the plan. At the moment, I'm just killing a TIE fighter because, that's a sensible thing to do.
Yeah,
Nice.
Classic shenanigans from Quinn there. I mean, anyone that's familiar with some of the games that Quinn has had, there's always something odd going on, something that makes you just question the logic. And then it's even funnier when Quinn questions what you're doing and you're like, Quinn, I've seen your list, mate. Don't question what I'm doing. Mine's probably more straightforward than you.
Yes, mine's got secrets. Just they don't always go as well as they could.
Always enjoy flying against Quinn.
Yeah,
he always brings something real funky to the table.
It is always good fun. It's always a good time when you're flying against Quinn. So, and I mean, to be honest, this game was just, I'm not gonna lie, it was absolute hilarity most of the way through. I think we spent like half the time trying to roll dice digitally whilst laughing our heads off at what was happening.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be a good game. And I just want to quickly point out as well that this is actually the 50th video that is going up on the channel. So what better way to do that than with a 3-player Rumble Epic game? So thank you guys for joining me for the 50th video on the channel.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll have many more. Cheers. So let's have a quick look. So as we said, we've got Zeb facing the wrong way. And he has already triggered the electronic baffles to get rid of that stress token from K turning on a rock. You're probably a little bit disappointed you didn't actually hurt yourself on that rock, I'm assuming.
Yes, that would have been quicker.
Yes.
And obviously no one's getting those points there if you're killing yourself. So
that's a good point.
A little bit of point denial.
Yes, that is true.
I mean, is it worth it though?
Yeah,
maybe
not. Zev's not worth a lot. But we did mention earlier that obviously the way the points are working, if a ship does kill itself going over an obstacle that wasn't forced by a tractor beam, for instance, then nobody gets either the remaining half or the full points for it. So, but we did say no flying off the board to deny points because that's just not funny. At least deliberately, anyway.
Now that reminds me of Quinn when he plays Aces High.
That's because I get to respawn.
Yeah.
That's called tactical. In the early game, you do it when you've got no points to lose and you're dying and you're like, I'd quite like to not be dead. So you fly off the board. It's tactics.
Yeah, I suppose that is a tactic. Another tactic is to not be dying so early on, but
I mean, if it's anything like this game where you're trying to pincer me, then I don't feel like I get a lot of choice.
Well, I think I'm probably being... Again, we've mentioned that Connor's only got one wing, so he kind of has to go left or right. I think I'm being fairer in that I'm going for both. I mean, if it had ended up I was going for Conor, and Conor was going for you, and you were going for me, we'd just go around the table clockwise, or anti-clockwise. It'd be like a really odd Mario Kart.
Yeah, just 2 hours of that. That'd be great.
I mean, I wouldn't put any commentary on it. I'd just stick the Benny Hill theme tune on it and speed it up a little bit.
Yes.
Which would be hilarious.
I mean, I assume Conor can't go after your list because Padme's in it, and Vader can't kill Padme twice.
Well, we will see if Vader does manage any shenanigans against Padme there. At this point, I think Vader is beyond love and fully into the hate, though, so he probably wouldn't even recognise Padme, I don't think. I mean, he didn't recognise his own son at first.
I mean, he didn't know he had a son.
Well, you'd think that he'd recognise, like, from the Force aura. I mean...
we're getting into legends now, aren't we? In canon, they've tried to make it that he didn't know until, in one of the comic books, he hires Boba to be like, who's this dude that just blew up the Death Star? And Boba's like, oh, his name's Skywalker. And then he has, like, Numb flashbacks to Padme, and he's like, oh, I have children. And then completely forgets about it for the other two films.
I mean, to be honest, my preference is the Legends continuity. I mean, I think we've discussed this on the channel a few times, and I know I've spoken to you about this, Quinn, fairly often, but I love the Legends continuity. There's so much cool stuff in there that would be great to pull from in the game. For instance, Corran Horn actually being Force sensitive. Kyle Katarn having the Force would be quite good as well. So I think there'd just be some really interesting stuff in there, but we obviously have to stick to the Disney-approved continuity there.
Yes, I don't think the Legend ships, like my beloved K-Wing, will be getting any updates anytime soon.
Oh,
The K-Wing is in need.
yes.
It really is in need of maybe even a configuration card
New
Yeah,
pilots, anything.
to turn it into the gunboat it should be.
yeah.
It's all because it broke 1.0 and FFG have been like, no, we can't break it again, so we'll just nerf it as much as humanly possible, the same as Nim.
Well, I still hold that the K-Wing is actually a usable ship, and Quinn, you know that.
I flew badly in that game. I don't think the K-Wings were that good. I think I probably helped you out quite a lot.
I mean...
Like, look at the game where I flew 3 K-Wings. Is that on the channel? I feel like that's on the channel.
Yes, that is.
And
That
it decimated me in, like, half the time, so...
I think that was one of the last in-person games we actually had on the channel, and like towards the beginning of the year.
I still get, like, I remember that game well with your Triple Phantoms and your Brute.
I do like that list. It's good fun, actually.
I don't.
But yeah, I mean, the K-Wing is a brilliant ship. I think it looks cool. Yes,
It looks amazing.
I think now that configuration cards seem to be becoming very popular, we've got a lot of ships with various configurations now. I think that the K-Wing in a future pack could get some form of configuration and a new pilot. I think that would really...
A pilot with a bombing or missile ability.
Or slamming ability.
Or slamming ability, yeah. Not support, because...
It should be more like the gunboat, because it's built exactly the same as the gunboat, just a size bigger.
Yes, that would be the ideal, actually, I think. And I think you'd see more K-Wings on the table. And plus, I'd love to see them actually just repack the K-Wing for 2.0, because then I think I might buy a 4th one.
It could do with an updated paint scheme. I think there are some... It could look really good. Like, it's a bit plain at the moment, but it could look amazing.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I think it's a great ship. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But again, we have some great ships on the board here. We've obviously got Vader Defender, which I'm almost upset that... I mean, the TTS paint scheme that they've put on Vader is amazing. It just looks so... evil, so deadly, so Vader, that although I love the Skystrike one, and I'm assuming I'm going to really like it when I finally get it in person, it's almost a shame that this one wasn't the one in the pack, because it just looks so good.
I agree.
I can say, because the one in the pack's the same as the original, isn't it? Or is it? It's got different.
No.
It's got a bit of yellow on it, I think.
It's got the actual Rebels TV show colour scheme to it. So the TIE Defender prototype colour scheme to it. So it's it's like a light grey with the yellow on it. And I'm not going to lie, it looks amazing. It looks so nice.
Sounds like you've got a new paint project then.
Well, I mean, I could paint one of the other 2 that I have. I mean, that will be my 3rd one. And the annoying thing is I'll never be, unless we do it in Epic, I won't be able to fly 3 Defenders.
Can you not fly 3 generics? They're not...
No,
67 points, aren't they?
They specifically made it so that you could not do triple defenders.
Like Rebel Falcons, or Rebel Ghosts, or Rebel Outriders.
Yeah. In fact, some of the big scary ships in the Empire, you can't do triple decimators.
That would be nasty.
It'd be so cool. It would look amazing on thing. No defense dice, but so much hull. And especially if you just have them all, you have them flying together with Oiken in the middle, just like ramming everyone.
Yeah.
That would just be, I kind of want to do that now.
Just because I think it's covered over by the lovely Darth Vader model that we were mentioning. 10 Numb has target locked my Vader there. So
yes.
He is looking to go for the wing leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why I decided to do that, because you can cancel.
I think this was before we realised that my wording cancels out your wording.
Yes, no, I think you're right. Otherwise, I wouldn't have flown directly at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, thematically, it's designed to take out capital ships. So
yeah.
I was flying the new epic stuff. I was like, I've got the new Scum card. I might as well use the new Rebel card. But yes, unfortunately, not worth the 12 points I put into it.
Which is a bit of a shame, but that's one of those things. You live and you learn in this game. There's always new things that you learn from every game. But it does look like we are going to have some more engagements this round.
I am really looking forward to seeing that weapon used against a Gazanti or a Vader. I think that could be...
Well, literally any huge ship.
Yeah.
As long as you get more than one, they'll never have any cancelled...
I'm still thinking of that thematic Hera just comes out of nowhere.
Oh, and does it against the...
it does it against the Narcotins, I think, so...
Yeah, that was pretty good. And it looks like what we've got here is some S-threads being fired by Vader.
Yep.
Give those ties with target locks, classic.
Yep. And spending one force to guarantee that going through, no damage. Yep. But here comes the pile of target locks.
Yes, the B-Wing is not the most survivable ship when it has this many people shooting at it.
Yeah, I mean, one evade dice in itself is not great. I mean, luckily it's 10 Numb and he can utilise the stress that he's got there, but it's not a good position to be in. No,
but there we go. As you say, I wanted to try out the B-Wing, and I guess I got two shots off out of it, so that's
those target locks.
Yeah, we've seen one shot so far. That is a lot of target locks. I mean, again, this is having a wing, like the wing leader, and having everything all together like that really reaps the benefit of things like S-threads. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, S-threads, and anything in its path is going to get shot by 6 things. 7 shots because Vader's shooting twice in this case, if you're counting S-thread, but not that it did any damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to pay dividends in the end, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's 2 down on 10 Numb there, so good start so far. Moving up the board, Ricollet is going to take his first shot. Unfortunately, not quite close enough for those advanced proton torpedoes yet.
I think you mean fortunately.
No, definitely unfortunately.
It's a Scourge, you would have survived. It's fairly meaty.
Yeah. Well, the interesting play that we have here at the moment is obviously we have Padme in that wing, and her ability is quite nice in this situation. Again, another one that really benefits flying in a wing. So while an enemy ship in your forward arc defends or performs an attack, that ship can only modify one focus result. Other results can still be modified via target locks, but you can only use a focus on one.
Yes, so you basically nerfed my focus.
Yeah. We've got a hit crit coming in, so just 1 damage on Nim. I think the annoying thing with Nim is he's got quite a lot of health to chew through.
I like Nim. I like the Scourge. It's grown on me. I didn't like it when I first started playing, but I really do. I think it's a great ship.
I think it's a cool looking ship. I just like the wideness of it. And the fact that when it first came out in first edition, it was on a small base was hilarious.
It was. Am I right in thinking that it was also cross faction?
Yes, Captain Nim was actually a pilot for both Scum and Rebels. He was the only Rebel pilot in the pack. All the other pilots were Scum, but he was cross-factional back in the day.
You also had an extra really cheap generic as well. So it was one of the ships that was better in 1.0.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the reasons that 1.0 probably quickly got changed to 2.0, because when Nim came out, he was part of a very strong meta with Nim and Miranda.
What was so bad about him?
It was some of the other upgrades you could put on him, like the way he could do bombing with Genius. You had, I believe it was harpoon missiles as well, which were, again, I can't really remember exactly what they did, but they were quite broken. And then you obviously had TLTs as well in the game. There was a lot of very broken things within the game, and not all the ships, not like now where it's easier for them to adjust ships to be more viable. There were just some ships that you would just never see unless someone was like a huge fan of it. It was like, yeah, I'm going to fly that because I love it. Ships would just not be used because they just weren't that good. And you just end up having mirror matches of triple jump masters versus like triple jump masters, and then Miranda Nim versus Miranda Nim. It kind of got a bit boring.
I don't think we see that problem in well, personally, I don't think I see that problem in 2.0. There seems to be at least in Tournament, there's a hell of a lot of variation. There's no meta as far as in tournaments concerned. You see a plethora of ships. I think the only one I haven't seen is the Alpha class because of how hard that is to get your hands on.
That was the last time you saw TIE aggressors.
I've got some TIE aggressors. But yeah, you're right. No one brings them to the table. Okay.
I mean, I've got half points on my B-wing, by the way. So
yeah.
You're in the lead as we stand.
Well, there was a point where there was a really good TIE Aggressor and TIE Reaper list with Admiral Sloan, but the problem with that was that not many people actually had that many TIE Aggressors to be able to fly it.
Yeah, they were cheapest way to get. Were they getting barrage rockets in there as well?
It was either barrage rockets or turret. No, I think they had a turret because barrage rocket requires 2 missile slots and they only have the 1.
I think they have 2.
Do they?
Because they're the ship on the picture, aren't they?
Yeah.
To be honest, I've not even considered flying the Aggressor in 2.0, so that's why I don't know.
I could say Conor flew against me the other, like months ago at this point, and I'm pretty sure he put barrage rockets on it, and I'm pretty sure it hurt as well.
You have to with that thing. It's the only way that thing can pack a punch.
I mean,
it looks funny,
rockets are amazing.
It looks kind of funny.
So it looks like Numb is getting a shot back, spending his stress, but plenty of evades there from Conor.
Yeah, it has 2 missile slots. It has a turret, a gunner, 2 missiles, and a singular mod. It's also, as you say, quite cheap.
Yeah, very cheap.
Only 2 named pilots as well. So
is Double Edge still one of the named pilots?
He is, or they are. I just can't remember. After you perform a turret or missile attack that misses, you may perform a bonus attack using a different weapon. I guess that's not awful.
That's pretty good, actually.
He's initiative 2 though, so
yeah.
I suppose that's quite good for a final blow. Like, oh no, I've missed, but I can do it again.
Yeah.
Better, more appropriate to the ship than any of the K-wing pilots.
I mean, let's just say we love the K-wing as a ship, but it just needs an upgrade and leave it at that. Yeah.
Absolutely, love the K-wing as a ship. It just needs a talent slot and better pilots.
Yeah, how does it not have a talent slot? No. Let's not fall down that rabbit hole again. We've got plenty of things happening on the board right now.
Right. This is it. We're going back to initiative 1s here, so I think the B-wing's going to take a load of shots.
A beating. Get it?
Yeah. So one thing I will point out as well, this was mentioned in the video that went up on Monday. When this game was recorded, it was at the point where TTS had a little bit of a funny issue with pre-rolling dice as you were putting them down on the table. So it may look like the dice have been rolled, but that's not necessarily the actual roll that has been done. Oh, that's quite handy for Numb. He's just got a panic pilot, giving him a couple of more stresses.
It's a bit late in the day though, I think, because I don't think I've got any more coming in.
Yeah, I mean, that is a bit of a shame. It does kind of mess you up for the next turn. I mean, it would have been nice.
A little bit.
I mean, not that you wanted to be getting crits even earlier, but it kind of would have been nice if Vader had done that to you sooner.
Like, not be on 3 health, to be honest, but, you know,
yeah,
such is life.
I mean, the fact that you're on 3 health, I mean, you've still got a couple more attacks coming in. We're currently on Ezra, who's I3, so you've still got 3 I1s to attack you, so maybe those stress might come in handy.
Yeah, I think the B-Wing is going to be a goner pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They have all got focuses and target locks.
Double body.
Yes, I had noticed.
And Wamper's Wamper, so he's getting an extra dice.
Yes, he is. I like Wamper. I don't fly Empire, but I do appreciate some of the TIE fighters. Like, Wamper is a very me ship, because I'd fly that with Vader, not Fen, whatever the Initiative 6 and the Interceptor's called.
Soontir Fel.
That one. Stick Swarm Tactics on that, and then you've got 3 attack dice at I6.
Our Lord and Saviour Soontir Fel.
We can't say the Initiative 6 Interceptor anymore, because there's 2.
Oh,
yes.
Sienna?
Sienna Ree is also an Initiative 6.
And she's cheaper as well, I think. So I think she'd be more my thing.
She is cheaper, but she's got that odd ability where if she does destroy a ship, she stresses herself.
I mean, at I6, it's unlikely, right?
Yeah, because you normally assume she's going to be the one shooting first. But she does also have the counter side. If one of her ships gets destroyed, she loses a stress.
Is she the crew card that is ridiculously overpowered when it comes to stress, or is that Sloane?
That's Sloane.
That's Sloane. Sienna is a crew card as well. And her crew card is after you perform a coordinate action, if the ship you coordinated performed a barrel roll or boost action, it may gain 1 stress token to rotate 90 degrees.
That is a jammy ability. I like that.
That is really cool.
I've never seen anyone use that.
I feel like
I'd love to. I'd love to see that used.
It's like a better version of the new B-Wing pilot, Netrem, who does it to himself. But
yeah.
You imagine just being like, I boosted and now I'm rotating and I'm now outmaneuvering you. That would be so much fun.
I mean, rereading that card, I'm just like, why have I not flown that? That sounds really cool.
That is pretty neat. But I think it's also pretty niche as well. Like, rotates, unless they are the ship that you're like got it on, can be quite hard to set up. Like, I'm thinking of Delan in the Star Viper, who can rotate, and sometimes that can be hilarious, and sometimes it serves no real purpose.
Yeah, it's also like, if now the new updates, I say new, the most recent update to Tractor Beam, where you get the option to rotate as well. Like, sometimes it's like, it's not worth it at all. I mean, I have played it and gone, actually, rotating would be brilliant right now, but normally it's not what you want to be doing.
Do you think they brought that in so that if people tracked you towards the edge, you had a choice of not just flying straight off the edge, unlike with ion token?
I think that was the reason. Yeah, the same with just being tracked to basically have an asteroid right in front of you, and that's it. Next round, you're going over that asteroid. But
I suppose it's because it's easier to transfer tractor tokens around than it is to transfer ion tokens around. I'm thinking of spam techs where you could get a tractor from basically nowhere. Like with ion, you've got to get shot basically, but with tractor, it's just like, you're tractored now.
Yeah. Ooh, update. We've got 2 crits coming in on 10 Numb.
10 gone? No, that's not.
Oh, well, 10 will be very numb after this, and it is 10 Numb gone. First ship biting the dust.
70-point lead to Conor. Congratulations, I guess.
So that was a direct hit and a stunned pilot in there. Brutal.
Mean as you start as you mean to go on. That's the one.
Yep. I mean, you've got the Ruthless card on your ship, so it kind of makes sense for you to be ruthless in this game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, there goes my most expensive ship, I think. Possibly second most expensive.
I think Captain Nim's a little bit more.
Yeah, I would check, but my phone has just died, so I can't look at my list.
That's absolutely fine. I can have a look at that for you. But yeah, so first blood officially there to Conor.
Yes. That was, one B-Wing versus a TIE Swarm.
And
Unsurprisingly went badly.
Because I killed him with a couple of shots left, I'm now taking some pot shots on a
on
a
my
TIE
already
that's
damaged Zeb.
already tried to kill itself.
Yeah.
In hindsight, my tactics are a little bit sideways, shall we say.
I mean, you very sensibly went from the back forward, knowing that those forward ships would have better range.
Yeah.
And that's
damage through.
That's a damage through.
So that's half points I got on that.
And
congratulations, Conor.
here is another sneaky shot from another sneaky. Oh, hit crit.
Look at that. Look at those dice.
Oh,
Come on, I've got 4 evade dice. I should be fine. Hooray!
So you got a 1 evade.
Oh, not fine.
No,
That's a crit
took a
going
crit
through.
there.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess. And like, yeah.
I mean, you were planning to kill him. I just thought I'd take those points off your
Yes,
hands.
but only him, not also 10.
Yeah. I mean, it does trigger your in it for the money, in it for the rebellion.
I mean, 10 did that because it's not
I mean,
ranged.
yeah.
It's just one in your list. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 10 got there first, but it's definitely triggered.
Gamut and Nim now get focus tokens, but not much use for them, seeing as they've already shot.
Yes, and obviously with Padme there, focus doesn't help you as massively as you'd like.
No, Padme is a bit of an unpleasant thing to have on something that has sticky focuses.
Yes, but it does mean that Conor now has to move a little bit faster to catch up with you.
I think he could probably manage that being in TIE Fighter, so having a 5 forward.
Yeah, but are you going to be cheeky and drop a bomb at this point to try and discourage that? Or will you be saving that for later? That is the question.
I guess we'll find out.
It's the best part of bringing a single wing, so you got a single dial.
While I'm still trying to decide which dial to set.
I think you were still reeling over, what's just happened.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty sure that whilst we were setting our dials, I know I've only got 2, but whilst we were setting our dials, you kept going off for a cup of tea, didn't you?
I think I did a couple of times go and get a drink here.
I mean, that, and I think myself and Quinn mentioned this in the previous Epic game, but the introduction of wing tools was just such a good idea and it made Epic flow so much better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the thought of having to set 8 dials on my side, I mean, I know that you're only 2 shy of that on your side, Quinn, but the thought of setting 8 dials and trying to get them to fly in formation together just, it sounds truly painful.
I've done it multiple times in an Epic game with one Epic ship or even no Epic ships and just like 10 to 12 small ships, and it is so painful. Like, it takes so long.
Yeah. I mean, the wing tool is just great. And like I said, the fact that it works so well on TTS as well is just really nice. It's just great watching that first ship move up and then all the other ships just follow it. It's just really cool.
Tell you a wing I want to try, the Ghost Wing, the Phoenix Cell, with your Ghost in the middle and your A-Wings and attack shuttles and torpedoes just hanging around the outside.
I've had a little go with that.
And?
I don't think it's great.
Oh.
Which is a shame because it looks amazing.
Is it because the Ghost is kind of limited in it?
It's because you're limiting all of your, and I think I put Hero and Wedge in there as well, and you limit them to stick with your Ghost, which is trying to get around all these obstacles. Hasn't got the best dial. It's quite slow and it's quite big. So I think at my first opportunity, I went, no, let's just split this wing.
Yeah,
which is a real shame.
I would say make it entirely out of sheathorpedes and attack shuttles, but then docking and undocking would be a pain because only one of them can dock while it's in the wing because only one of them will have the title card.
Yes, you cycle the title card around in the docking. I think one of the advantages of the wing card is when you do have a more manoeuvrable ship than its wingmates, a la Darth Vader with his TIE fighters and Shakti with the V19s, which we haven't really spoken much about because they've done nothing so far. They've just taken a leisurely stroll past some gas clouds.
You've got quite a nice wing there, because Shakti can obviously do the systems phase reposition.
Yeah.
Do her maneuver and then reposition again. Then her whole wing follow her and get their actions. I think that's.
There's also Shakti's ability of, at the end of the turn, spend a force that you then get back immediately to keep people with their green tokens. Like it's a.
Well, you spend one force to allow one of your ships to keep a green token. So you can obviously spend 2, but because this is the end phase, you get that straight. You get one of them straight back. It's such a good ability. I love it, and it makes it good for a wing there. And we've got the Grey Squadron bomber again, doing what Zeb tried to do earlier, which is hurting itself on the asteroid.
Pokemon comes to mind because I'm hurting myself with my confusion.
Oh, I hated confusion. It was so annoying.
I think they've made it less broken in the more modern games, but yes, I can remember many gym battles where I should have won, but confusion just destroyed me.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk of Pokemon. Great though that is, we are here to talk Star Wars.
I've got a question about Shakti.
Yes.
Can she use her ability on herself? I'm not too familiar with the wording.
So the wording on there is, at the start of the end phase, you may spend any number of force tokens to choose that many friendly ships at range 0 to 2. Each chosen ship does not remove 1 focus or evade token during this end phase.
So,
now,
yes.
Nice.
Because of the 0 to 2, that is yes. Because that's normally, unless it says another ship or range 1 to 2, those are the things that normally limit it to whether you can use it on yourself.
Yeah.
So with that, she can actually use it on herself. I mean, it's very rare that I ever use both force to do that, because you kind of don't want to force stuff your Jedi. But sometimes it's worth it.
I mean, swapping a force for a focus token is a good trade, right? Because...
Yeah. I mean, the focus token is, overall, it's better because it can change multiple dice. The force has the utility of, you kind of have the choice of when to use it. But yeah, I know what you mean. But I'm just having a look up at the top of the board. I think you're trying to go for a block there, aren't you, Quinn?
The only person I end up blocking when I try and block is usually myself, so we shall see if it actually works.
Well, Rick Lay has managed to get in position. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking at that and I'm quite concerned about whether Bravo Flight can fit his half bank maneuver in there. I think it almost works out to be.
I mean, I'm more concerned about the advanced torps that you've just lined nicely up on my ship.
Yes, because Bravo Flight did not bump, so he also gets his target lock. So that is going to be 3 advanced proton torpedoes available for shooting.
I mean, I think unpleasant is the word that comes to mind.
Very good day is a word that comes to mind, I think.
We'll agree to disagree.
More than likely, but we'll see when that comes up. But I think for this video, guys, we're just going to finish off the movement for this round, and then we will break away and come back in the second video. But so far, it's been fairly explosive already. We've lost 2 ships from Quinn's side. Okay, Quinn has lost 2 ships already, and also taken the damage on his Gold Squadron bomber. And we have a very aggressive fight forward there from Vader, wanted to get right in on the action.
Who could have seen that coming?
I mean, it's almost like you mentioned it about 5 minutes ago. But
don't like this.
You are now very much pincered between some quite scary ships. Not
But
gonna
at least
lie.
my Y-wing's okay, right? Like my best ship.
I mean, yeah, your Y-wing's in a position where it's not going to get shot. But
I think
Not
I've
by
just
Conor.
slipped past him there as well. I think
Yes.
I've just managed to get all my ties out of arc there.
yeah, well, we will see in the next video. So, guys, thank you very much for watching so far. As always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell to know when video 2 is up. And Conor and Quinn, I will see you in the next one as well. But
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
see you later, guys.